Hello, Shalom Aleichem. We have here the Sefer HaMitzvos Rambam Lelomdei Hashiur Hayomi. That's the Sefer of the commandments of the Torah according to the Rambam, the counting of the Rambam, to those that learn the Shiur Hayomi, those that learn the daily Shiur. One can learn the daily Shiur of the mitzvos of the Rambam, and then one can, if we learn the daily mitzvahs of the Rambam, we can finish it in a certain amount of time. We can do it. So anyway, let's take a look at this mitzvah. This is HaMitzvah Kuf Tzadik Zayin, the mitzvah of, that's 297. Hatzivui שנצטוינו להלוות לעני, the commandment that we are commanded to lend to a poor person, in order to make a situation a little bit easier, literally to widen out, give him rachava, meaning we don't want him to be in a narrow spot, but in a wide spot. In other words, like to have it a little bit easier, and also to make things easier for his situation. Mitzvah zu yoter chova v'yoter chamura mi mitzvah tzedakah. This mitzvah is more of an obligation and more stringent than the mitzvah of tzedakah. Ki mi shenitzrach v'nispaze umegale ponav lavakesh mibnei adam ein mitzukaso b'tzaro b'davar zeh because somebody that has to, unfortunately, go and ask for money, and he's unfortunately he's embarrassed, and it's already known. His situation is already known that he has to ask from people for money, for $1 or $2, whatever it is. Ein mitzukaso b'tzaro b'davar zeh. So when he asks for money, his tsar, his trouble, and the emotional trouble that he faces is not when he stretches his hand out for some tzedakah, for money. It's not as hard as somebody that is not already revealed that he needs money. In other words, one is asking for a loan. In other words, one who is already asking for money all the time, so he's unfortunately used to it. But somebody that is not used to this and he's asking for a loan, it's harder for him. It's harder for him. So kimo zeh she'adayin lo gila ponov v'hu zokuk li'ezra kedei shelo yaskala matzovo. So in other words, somebody that did not show that he needs to ask for money, so v'hu zokuk li'ezra kedei shelo yaskala matzovo. He needs help, so that it shouldn't be revealed, his situation, and he wants to try to get himself on the right track, that his situation, that he needs money, will not be revealed. And his emotional need, his emotional trauma, is also like going to his soul, to his life. And it's not only economical, because he's really very embarrassed about this, and he doesn't want people to know that he needs money. He's asking for a loan. So Hatzivoi b'mitzvah zu hu amro yisela. The commandment in this mitzvah is what the Torah said. That is what the Torah said. Im kesef talve esami. If you lend money to my people, ese oni imoch, esa oni imoch, the poor person among you. It says, im kesef talveh esami, if you will lend money to my people, esa oni imoch, the person that is poor among you. Shemos, Chav Beis, Chav Daled. This is in Shemos. Yeah, that's Exodus. That's 22nd chapter, the 24th pasuk. So Ulashona Mechilta, the Mechilta says, that explains the Torah. Parshas, one of the ways that the Torah is explained is in the Mechilta. Parshas Mishpatim, Sham, in Parshas Mishpatim, over there. Call im vo'im Shabbat Torah rishus. Whenever it says im, if, every time it says if in the Torah rishus, it means it's it's if you want to do it. It's rishus. The rishus means you have the permission to do it. Im chutz mishlosha, except for 3 times when it says im. Echad, one is im kesef talve esami. One of them is im kesef talve esami. If you will be loaning money to my people. Amru, im kesef talve chova. So it says im kesef talve, in this case chova. It says if you will loan money. This is chova. This time it says im, if you will do it, but still this is an obligation. Ata omer chova, do you say it is an obligation? Oh, eino ela rishus, or is it really just rishus? Rishus means you have the permission to do it, but you don't have to. Rishus. Talmud lomar ha'aveit ta'avitenu dei machsoro devarim tesvav ches. You should lend. It says it 2 times in a double lashon. Ha'aveit ta'avitenu dei machsoro. You should surely lend him that which he needs, that which he is lacking. Devarim tesvav ches. Devarim, that's Deuteronomy. That's 15, and the 15th chapter, the 8th pasuk, chova v'lo rishus. So when it says you shall surely lend him, that means chova. That means it's an obligation, v'lo rishus, and it's not permissible that you can. It's a nice thing to do it, but you don't have to. But chova, it's a chova, an obligation to do it. It's a mitzvah to do it. Ukvar nisbaro gam dini mitzvah zu bekama mekomos bekesuvos, and it has been elucidated, this mitzvah, in many places in Kesuvos. Memches, you want to look it up in Kesuvos, the Gemara Kesuvos in the Talmud. That's the 48th page, the 48th daf, the first part of the daf. When it has the one dot, that means the first part of the first part, the page 1, the first side of the page. Bava Basra Ches. So let's take a look over here. One moment. Let's take a look over here. It's here. Ki pasoach tiftach, but thou shalt surely open es yodecha lo, thy hand unto him. V'ha'aveit ta'avitenu dei machsoro asher yechsar lo. You shall surely open your hand to him, and shall surely lend him sufficient for his needs. Asher yechsar lo, that which is wanting to him. Let's see before this. Let's take a look. V'chi yihye b'cho evyon me'achad achecha. If there be among you a needy man, one of your brethren, bi'achad shi'orecha, and within any of thy gates, bi'artzecha, in thy land, asher Hashem Elokecha nosen locha, which the Lord thy God gives you, in any one of those lands or in the gates of your gates that Hashem gives you, Lo sa'ametz es levavecha v'lo sikpots es yodecha. Thou shalt not harden thy heart, and nor shut thy hand. In other words, one should be to open up to give the person. Me'achicha ha'evyon, from your needy brother. Ki fasoach tiftach es yodecha lo, but you shall surely open thy hand unto him. V'ha'avet ta'avitenu deimach soro asher yechsar lo, and thou shalt surely lend him sufficient for his needs in that which is wanting unto him. So this is Devarim, this is Deuteronomy, this is Re'eh, in the Parsha of Re'eh. This here is the Pentateuch and Rashi's commentary, Deuteronomy, and this is by, one moment. This is by a Linnean translation into English, Deuteronomy. This is by the S&R Publishing Company, Brooklyn. And then this over here, this is the Sefer HaMitzvos the Rambam. For so we can learn the mitzvah of the day of the Rambam. We have the opportunity to do that. And it tells us where we can find the mitzvah in the Torah. We're in the Torah. And we can look it up also. We can get an English translation. We can get everything in English. And I'm sure this must be possible to get this also in English now. This is the Sefer HaMitzvos the Rambam. Okay, Zayt Matzliach, thank you very much. Kol Tov, Hatzlacha.